Right. Yesterday, I shared with you some changes that went into effect for text and some of the new effects that are there. They've also added new effects for objects. So I'm just going to add a couple of these objects on here, and hopefully I got all four of those. So one, two, nope, of course it didn't give me the star. There we go. Now we got the star. And I'm just going to click through these one by one and give you some initial impressions, feedback that I see about them. All right, so we'll start here. If you look in effects and you drop and scroll down, you'll find the advanced categories. And some of these I think are just like predefined gradients, that kind of thing. Outlines, which is what I think this one is, although you can go up here, you can change the colors that go with it. I think this will be fairly handy. Retro, giving you a little bit more of a long tail, and you can change that tail a bit, change the direction, not bad. All right, next one is midnight, and this one just lets you change the intensity. You can also change the colors up above here. Malibu, like I said, I think this is one of our gradients. It's just a predefined gradient. I would be kind of interesting to go in here and see if, yeah, see, look, we can just go and we can change these gradient colors, make those updates that way. All right, jumping back, let's go back to our first one and effects. Let's see, we left off on Malibu, so let's look at Chroma. All right, and this one I think is kind of interesting because gives you these three boxes. You might be able to play with that and get some interesting design work out of that. It's definitely one I'll be looking at a little bit closer. Uh, Digital is next. Again, you got kind of this offset thing where you can get them going in the same direction as opposed to opposite directions. I think there's opportunities there as well. All right. Next one is Aura. This is another one. I'm feeling like this is just a predefined gradient. All right. VHS we'll look at, and you can see this just changes the color. I think it's kind of a gradient on the border, even a little bit on the main colors. It's something that you can play with. We'll jump into here. Sunset is the next one. Clearly, that's just a gradient that they've just given us a pre-definition for. All right. And then metallic. And I like this one. I know this is really just a gradient, but I like the metallic fit, that kind of thing. That can be a little bit more difficult. There's a lot of demos out there on, getting gold finish and that kind of thing. I think this gives you a quick one-click into that type of design with your images now. So I really like this one, even though I think looking at it, it looks like it's a gradient. All right, and last but not least is the laser. And, you got a direction with them. You've got some offset that you can play with there, but just kind of giving you a black and red laser colors. I'd venture to say we could probably change this to a green. Oh, no, it didn't give me all the green that I was hoping for. Let's see. No. All right. Well, I would have hoped that we could have changed these to greens and gotten, like I said, a green laser versus a red laser. I think where were we? We were like black, and this was a red. I would have hoped for something more like that. Uh, Clearly, they didn't give that to us. All right. Now, the other thing that people are commenting on, excuse me, is that they've actually applied all of these to frames as well. And I'm not going to go through them one by one, but I'll put a couple frames up here and we'll look at them just really quickly. You can go in here to effects, and you can see you've got a lot of these again. You can put a radioactive around it, bump that intensity way up, give it a glow. You can play with the retro. Again, give yourself some offset, bit of a longer tail, uh, things like that. People are really, really excited about this. I don't know, maybe I haven't quite figured out where exactly to go with it. This chroma one, I think that could be fun in a picture setting, that kind of thing. But all of these are there again, and you can use them in frames. Hopefully this all kind of makes life a little bit easier. Like I said, some of these are just gradients, but this is what they've given us. I'm kind of excited to work with them. Tell me which ones you like, and we will talk later.